I think it's once again time to visit the subject of glue. So I decided today I would share with you what are my current favorite glues that I use most often in making miniatures. So join me and find out just what my favorites are. Well, let's start out with the three types of tacky glue that I use. And I use all three of these depending on what I'm doing. I have the quick dry, the original, and the fast grab. I covered fast grab tacky in my original glue video that I did a couple of years ago. But I thought today I would show you the differences in all three of them. And I use them for different purposes. As you can see, this one is, fast grab is really thick. That's why it grabs faster. Original is somewhat thinner. Hopefully you're picking up on that as it comes out of the bottle. And then the quick dry, it really flows almost like a Elmer's glue or a regular white glue. They all dry clear. They will hold really well once they're dry. The reason I like the fast grab for most of my miniature work is it does just that. It grabs fast because it's thicker. It holds faster. It still takes quite a while to dry. These take, let's see. I should have prepared better and looked. Does it tell me? It doesn't really say how long it takes to dry. These are soap and water cleanup. So if you get it on something, you know, your table or your hands, it'll wash off. But those are the three tacky glues. I use the fast grab for doing major projects, for doing all kinds of things where I just need it to stick quickly. Original, I probably use equally with fast grab if I want something slightly thinner. If I want something less bulky, or I'm gluing, you know, small parts and I don't want to take a chance on the glue making a difference on the size, then I'll use the quick dry. And up until recently I was using quick dry tacky for most of my printies, my printable projects, but I've got a new glue I'm using for that, and we'll get to that here towards the end of the video. So that's the tacky glue. Let's move on to our next glue, and I use this anytime I want to glue together two large surfaces of paper or cardstock. I use this to wallpaper dollhouses. I use it to put in the floor, like linoleum printed floors that I print on paper. Anytime I'm doing something with a large piece of paper that might bubble or bend, because Yes Paste is a bookbinder's glue. It's made to glue large sheets of paper. It's also very low moisture. It's a paste. It's a very hard paste. I spread it out. And since I buy craft sticks by the huge box, that's generally what I apply this with. You can use a paintbrush. You can use a palette knife. You could use anything you can use to spread it with. I like the craft stick simply because it's disposable. When it gets yucky, I can toss it. Now, you need to keep the rim of the jar really clean, and this will permanently adhere its own lid if you're not careful. And that's what it looks like spread out. So what I do is I periodically take some petroleum jelly, some Vaseline, my finger, and I rub it around, making sure I coat those threads on the side of the jar. Also, if I see I'm getting goop on the lid, I will clean that up. But that's Yes Paste. Love this stuff. Now you can dilute it with water. I recommend you don't, because the beauty of this is it is low moisture. The more water you put into it, the wetter it gets, and then it's going to buckle and bend and mess up your paper. So if you're using it for its original purpose, to glue down large sheets of paper, cardstock, just use it the way it comes. And yes, it's expensive. It's about, last time I bought it, which was about a year ago, it was $10 for the tub. I always wait till I have a coupon. Wait until there's a 40 or 50% off coupon. Michael's carries this. I'm not sure what other craft stores. I have not seen it at Joann Fabrics, and we don't have a Hobby Lobby here, so I don't know if they carry it, but I'm thinking they probably do. Definitely, if you're gluing papers down, this is something you should have in your arsenal. Okay, on to the next one. Now here's a case where I've had to find a replacement, because in my original video on glues, I showed you Zap-A-Gap, which I loved Zap-A-Gap. I haven't been able to find Zap-A-Gap for probably 2 years anywhere, and I don't like to buy super glue online. I'm not even sure if they make it anymore. So I've been using Loctite Liquid Professional. I like this because it comes in a bigger bottle, and it is a super glue. It, you know, works like a super glue. The thing I don't like about this, because the way the bottle is made, it tends to plug a lot. So I always have to have a pin on hand to poke the top. And you know, if you've watched my videos, I like to use super glue with my tacky glue when I want a permanent quick bond. Lately I've been playing with Gorilla super glue. Now I like the bottle on this one better. The lid goes on and off better, and so far no plugging. I think it resembles the Zap-A-Gap more so than any other super glue I've ever used. One question I have, if you guys have used this, when I got this, it was only about this full. So I don't know if they're always only half full or if I got gypped on my purchase, but I'm definitely going to buy more of this. And I think this is the super glue I'm going to be going with from now on as my standby. So that's super glue. Let's go on to the next glue. 527 cement, let's see, 527 multi-purpose glue. It's made by Beacon. This is probably the glue that I have continuously used for the longest of any of the glues I own. I love this stuff. The only thing I don't like is it runs out of the tube with the lid off, so you have to dispense it out on something. It's a clear glue. It dries fast. I always use this if I'm gluing baked polymer clay goods down or together. This is what I glue my plates together with when I've pre-baked things. I've never had it react with the clay at all, and I love this stuff. It smells some. It's not as bad as some of the other clear glues like this, but it has an odor to it. So if you are sensitive to odors, be warned, it does have an odor. It does say it is extremely flammable, so do not use this if you smoke while you are crafting, but you shouldn't smoke anyway. So this is what it looks like out. So that's 527. Let's move on to the newest. Follow me on Facebook. You maybe saw the post where I posted a picture of this. This has become my go-to paper glue for gluing small papers. I use this exclusively now when I am doing printables, like the Printy Kits and the online printable things. It's a paper glue. It's called Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. It's a liquid glue. When I've gotten this, I've seen it at Michael's. I got this at Joann Fabrics. I didn't see it with the regular glues. I saw it in with the scrapbooking and card making stuff over by the tape adhesives, like the double-sided tape on the rollers and things. It's over with that. The thing I love about this, you screw off the top and you've got a pen tip. And of course, and you can lay a fine line of glue. You could even spread this, you know, right with this and then put glitter on it. It's wonderful. But the other end has a brush, and you can tell I've used this. The brush is, this is kind of a, I should clean my glue up before I did this, but it's got a brush applicator at the bottom. So you can use it on like on the ends of flaps of printies or doing boxes and things like that. I love this, and I've used up over half of this container. So you can tell I like it. But this is now my go-to for small paper projects. So I hope that you found this little bit about glue helpful and useful. You'll probably notice there's one glue that's blatantly missing. What didn't I show? I didn't show a hot glue gun. Why? Because I don't use a hot glue gun with my dollhouse stuff. I use it in larger crafts a lot. I very seldom use it with the dollhouse stuff, and I've actually written a blog post about that, and I will link that blog in the blog post that goes with this video. The blog post for this video will list all of the glues that I've talked about, and I think you can get all of them at your regular craft store. The super glue I buy actually at the hardware store. None of these are difficult to find. They're easy glues to find. They're not super expensive, but they're certainly super useful. So be sure and check out the blog post for the exact glues I had on the list, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.